You're watching Hidden History, celebrating Hispanic heritage.
The Oakland neighborhood is home to one of the largest events in Topeka, and that event incorporates Mexican heritage. KSNT News reporter Reina Garcia takes a deeper look into the neighborhood and its Mexican heritage.
The Oakland neighborhood is home to one of Topeka's most popular events, the Fiesta Mexicana. The week-long event has been going on for 85 years and celebrates the neighborhood's Mexican heritage. A heritage that is displayed proudly throughout the neighborhood. So how did this neighborhood come to be? Well, the answer lies on the other side of the Branner Bridge. In the early 1900s, many Mexican workers looking to escape political turmoil and poverty after the Mexican Revolution came to the United States to work for the railroads. The Santa Fe Railroad was a particularly popular destination for workers as it was close to Kansas City, which also had a large Mexican community. With the railroads bringing in more and more workers from Mexico and Texas, Topeka's Little Mexico was born. Louis Torres' father was one of them. While his father was working for the railroads, his family was back in Mexico.
His boss at one time told him here when he was here working, he said, Mariano, that was his name. He says, I want you to do one thing. You go to Mexico and bring the rest of your family here.
The first workers to arrive stayed in tents near the Santa Fe tracks and eventually moved to an area nearby. It was known as La Yarda and became home for many Mexican immigrants until the late 1930s. People in the community became very close. Despite facing discrimination outside of their neighborhood, Oakland was the one place where they didn't feel like outsiders.
We all got along very well. We never had any prejudice or anything like that. Of course, it was different because we couldn't go everywhere, see? And there was a lot of prejudice at that time.
The community continued to grow and develop its own identity. The Catholic religion is an integral part of Mexican culture. Pedro Lopez, who was an active member of the community, recognized the need for a church in their neighborhood. After meeting with 2 other priests in the area, they began working to build what would become Our Lady of Guadalupe Church and its Catholic school. After years of moving from building to building, the parish was finally able to build their own. However, with the parish continuing to grow, they were in need of a bigger space. As a way to raise money for a new building, the parish put on the first Fiesta Mexicana in 1933. The fiesta consisted of performances from members of the community and the school children, as well as homemade Mexican food. Lola Gonzalez recalls making food with other women in the parish.
We used to make the food at home. Different ladies make enchiladas, tamales.
She would go on to open one of the neighborhood's most popular restaurants, La Siesta. What started as a world unknown to many Mexican immigrants in search of a better life became a place full of vibrant culture, faith, and family. But most importantly, it became their home.